It's been such a taboo subject. It's been swept under the carpet for, time immemorial, I think, And as I say, it impacts in so many ways. It impacts all the way through your life. It impacts on every strand of your life. When I first came along to the group, the connection, meeting other survivors was so much, because originally you feel that you're the only one. And the stigma and the shame surrounding sexual abuse, it can become overwhelming. So to meet others is a really big thing. You just understand that it was never your fault. All those guilty things that you grew up with, all those feelings, they're just not true. And when you come here, you begin to learn and you understand, and you learn that there is a life after trauma.
Both Les and Heather say they are survivors themselves, and both say they wouldn't be here today were it not for the help of the charity.
Abuse for me started when I was 9 years old, and that lasted till I was 16. So it was 7 years, and it was a daily basis. And in the 70s, this certainly was not spoken about. And this is why Les and I are here, is to let people know and understand that there is help when they're ready for it, because as Les said, it's a huge thing to disclose, because you'd been told for so many years probably that nobody would believe you.
For me, most of it was really just blanked out. I've been told it's what's called preverbal, which is under 3 years of age. You may be able to talk, but the child at that age doesn't have the language to describe what's happening. So you're troubled quite a lot with images that bring up a great deal of fear and emotion. And my abuse, I'm what's called a ritual abuse survivor, organised abuse, trafficking and stuff like that. It went on right all the way through until I was about 15.
It was decades before either spoke out about what they'd been through. They've now become trustees of the charity and hope by sharing their experiences, they'll give others who need support the courage to seek it sooner. The group has now been awarded £300,000 for a new peer support and trauma recovery service known as the Safe Oaks Project.
The funding has enabled us to employ people, counsellors, a peer support worker. There's another new coordinator will be in post soon, and that's just given us those funds that we can offer those choices. It's very much what the survivor is looking for. It's what best suits them. They steer and lead that.
People were being supported, obviously, before, but it was more telephone support. And it just enables us to have, people can choose maybe initially to go to peer support, which is a one-to-one. But they might also find that from that they build in confidence and they could maybe go for actual therapy, which is the trauma recovery practitioners.
We're open to be able to encourage others to come forward and meet their needs that they so deserve.
It's hoped by expanding the work they do, Survivors Unite is able to reach more people and offer better tailored support so that those who are trying to make sense of the abuse they suffered in the past are able to better cope with it in the present. Clare McNeill, ITV News, Selkirk.